Hey guys, so just like I promised, I'm here with all the questions that you guys asked in the community section. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into it. First we have Sundar Gautam 9392, best camera settings and sliders for T20 ODI and test. I've repeated this many times previously as well. The camera settings that I believe is currently the best for a realistic look in Cricket 24 is a broadcast dynamic one, which was introduced in this version of the game. And the zoom level I used to play it with 45-50, but it seems a little bit zoomed in, so I've now reduced it to 10, which I find pretty decentish. And if you want, you can go down to 0 as well. As far as sliders are concerned, you can go into my playlist and check my slider playlist. I have sliders for ODI and T20. I have one generic slider but made slight variation in the short force, so I've also explained it in those videos. You can check them out, and you can also click on top of the screen right now to go into that. For test matches, I have sliders for England and New Zealand conditions if you're playing on a grassy wicket, and I also have a big turning pitch slider if you're playing in India on a typically cracked surface. So I plan to make more like the Australian wicket test match slider, but for now we have these sliders. The second and third question, I'm going to take it combined. The second one from Intel UHD, how to do proper footwork while batting with Pro Control, and the third one from Spike Rider 2808, can you do a timing tutorial? Apologies if I'm taking or mispronouncing some of the name, but I'm having a long day here after work. Anyway, so guys, I've mentioned it previously many a times that batting, you have to learn the control timing yourself. If anyone online tells you that they are going to tell you how to bat with proper timing or going to teach you when to exactly put bat to ball, they are lying, because timing depends on a variety of things, which depends on the difficulty and the sliders that you use. I, for example, use the slider with a very short amount of early and late timing window, so these stuff affect your timing. The ones that I'm using might not be the same as yours, so the timing that I'm comfortable with or where I'm able to middle the ball might not be the same with you. You might end up edging it. And similarly, you also have sliders like pace and spin bowling, visualization, speed. So these all settings make a huge difference until and unless you are following the exact same slider as me. Whatever I am saying is not going to make any difference to your batting. So as far as I'm concerned, it is the truth that to get the timing right, you have to go into the nets and practice with the timing indicator. You have to see when you're getting those greens, and that is the only way, because as I said, different people play with different difficulty and sliders, and it is impossible for one person to teach how to bat. It is different while talking about bowling, because we have a general pattern in bowling, but for batting, as I said, with different sliders, it is impossible to teach the timing. So just a tip, I like to play a little bit late, and I find that successful rather than if you go into the shot a bit early. So playing late has always worked for me, so you guys have to work it out in the nets. Next one, needed a detailed guide to play step out, special and orthodox shots against both pace and spin. So I have a playlist where I have listed all the shots that I could find in Cricket 24. It is pretty detailed, I believe. Only thing is that it is for Pro Control. I bat with Pro Control, and which I will come to later, because if you're using standard or arcade control, I suggest you to switch to Pro, because it looks like they are phasing out the standard control. As you can see, these days you cannot play any special shot, the arcade control on controller especially. So if you're playing with arcade control, then this question will not even arise, because you will not be able to play special shots in the last couple of months. So if you're using Pro Control, yes, you can right now click on top right of the screen and click on the card, and it will take you to the playlist of all the shots with detailed explanation. So yeah, if you have any further clarity that you require, you can just ping me in the comment section. That question was asked by Rock59288. The next one is from one of the test match lover, Amita Jadhav 9200. Are the pitch conditions realistic in all formats? Do they affect toss decision, score targets and match results? So one of the later updates introduced pitch degradation into the game, which really has made a lot of difference, because prior to that, almost all the pitches behaved and looked same, and once they introduced this, the game has changed a lot. I've posted some of the before after photos myself of pitch degradation of day 1, 2, 3 previously in my community post as well. So quick answer to this question, yes. For example, if you are playing on a cracked pitch, heavily cracked pitch, it will always be better to bat first in a 5-day game because the cracks will widen, the turn will increase, it will be difficult to bat as the match progresses, especially against spin bowlers. So it does affect. I'm not quite sure about the limited overs. I haven't seen real changes, but as far as test matches are concerned, to an extent, yes, it does come to play. The next one is by Hammer Hallet. Career mode, what are the best fielding setups, lines and plans to bowl? For pace bowling, as I think spin bowling there is an advantage to get wickets already. I agree to some extent, but spin bowling has been nerfed a lot from cricket 22 days, where you could just literally bowl a team out under 20 runs in test match cricket, no matter how much they are rated, with just a short leg in place. Compared to that, cricket 24 is a lot more balanced. You will hardly see any back-pad catches. Now coming back to question, yes, the spinners still have a slight advantage in career mode. Well, first of all, with the fielding setup, what you can do is take the first slip away. The first slip is only for cosmetic in big and serious cricket game. You will never get a catch at first slip when you're bowling. Put that slip fielder somewhere else. Now secondly, I have a playlist. Once again, I'm talking about a playlist because I have most of the tutorials covered, where I have explained a lot of little tips and tricks which could help a lot of people while bowling. So you can check them out by clicking on the top right of the screen right now. Now, other than that, as one of the other guys mentioned as a reply to your comment, using variations helps a lot. Now, look at the strength and weakness of a batsman when you are bowling and set the field according to that. Plan the dismissal. For example, if you have a batsman who is weak against short pitch bowling, have a deep fine leg, deep square leg, deep mid wicket, have a short leg in place, and then keep bowling those bouncers. Now when it comes to bouncers, you can bowl two types of bouncers, one a normal one and one is a slower bouncer, which I've also explained in detail, and you can see on top right of the screen right now. So bouncers after bouncers will trouble the batsman a lot, and then slip in one or two full deliveries at stumps, which will or might get you the wicket with LBW or bold. I've used this tactic a lot and it has been successful a lot. This is just one example. I'm just saying that just look at the strength and weakness of the batsman and bowl accordingly. And one thing that a lot of people do not realize, that you can use the crease effectively in this game. You can come from wide of the crease, straight, or run between those two angles. It's a really important variation, and along with the seam and swing that you can get out of the pitch or the conditions, these variations will ask a lot of questions of the batsman. In short, you just have to realize that the real life experience that you have of the game of cricket, or what happens in real life, works in the game as well. Bowling is one of the most enjoyable thing in the game, especially in the long format. If you have patience, you can really set batsmen up, and there's nothing as enjoyable as setting a batsman up and then getting that prized wicket. So do try this out and do check the videos that I mentioned as well. Alright, the next question regarding bowling, how to bowl well and take wickets, by I am Surya. So this is the same question that I just answered, so my answer remains the same for that one as well. Next one by Hassan Kareem 3909. In career mode, even licensed teams do not have proper lineups. In my case, there is no Babar Azam or Rizwan in the Pakistan team, when in the academy there are proper lineup. Same happens in leagues. Team lineups in career are not properly updated. There will be few current players, but most of the time there will be players you probably never heard of. Anyway, to fix this? Well, short answer, no, there is no way to fix this. So this was also answered by guys from Big Ant, that they have made the game like this. This is supposed to be a different universe of career mode, where you play with generic players. You go up in rank, and when you play in the national team, you'll not be playing with all those popular names. You will be playing with all the random names, or regions as you call it in the FIFA game. So short answer, there is nothing that can be done. It is the same for me as well in my career mode. Some of the teams will have the original players, but mostly you will not be playing with real life players in this year's career mode. The next one is by Aryan3003, how the game feels on 70 to 80 FPS. So I'm not sure about 70 to 80 FPS because I get around 100 FPS, at the most 105 if it's a day game. So the game really runs smoothly and it looks really good as well. There's a huge difference between playing on 60 and around 90 to 100 FPS. But when it comes to night games, the FPS drops a lot. Sometimes there is a huge lag. That's the reason why I prefer to play during the day. And also YouTube has a cap of 60 FPS, so it doesn't matter if I play on 100 or 120 FPS when I upload it, you will not be able to really see that. But when you're playing, the FPS does make a lot of difference, but the usual lag and glitches are there, especially when the bowler is running in. It might look like the bowler is running in with 30 FPS and sometimes while fielding as well. So all in all, the glitches and stuff aside, it looks really smooth at maximum FPS. Next one by Blackstar Gaming 4518. I have a suggestion for Big Ant to add different language commentary, new bowling action, batting style. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of the first one that you suggested, different language commentary, because there are tons of stuff that need improvement before commentary comes in, because that is really low down the ladder as far as I'm concerned. Obviously it's my opinion, everyone has their own opinion. So the thing is, first they have to fix the current default English commentary. Before that they cannot bring in other language commentary, because they have to fix the first one, especially for the global audience. And also they'll have to see how much the game is being sold in India. If they want to introduce Hindi or Punjabi commentary, it would not make sense to spend money on that, because if the sale is low, we know that a lot of people illegally download the game and play, so that's not going to help. They'll not add stuff like that if it is not profitable for them. So, but I've seen a few comments or tweets by Ross acknowledging this commentary stuff, so who knows, it might come in. But to me it is really low down the ladder. There is a lot of issues in the game that has to be fixed first before we get into commentary. The new bowling action, batting styles, definitely this is something that they can do. The current number of bowling action, 16 or 17 for fast bowling, is too less. We just had 2 or 3 fast bowling action in this game compared to Cricket 22, and for spin bowling as well we had a couple of new ones in Muralidharan and Harbhajan Singh. So it's really something that they can do. They do not really need real life players to be captured. They can have local players or others to just just copy the action. And since they already have the licenses of these players, this is something that will make the game a lot better. Because right now it doesn't matter if you're batting with a Virat Kohli or Babar Azam, because the perks are not really going to matter, as we have seen in the game. And the batting style is completely different. Even the body, physique, these stuff are not really matching the real life ones. Only the face is what we have of licensed players. So that's not going to really make a difference if they want to have that authenticity. Yes, batting styles, bowling style, in my opinion we need to have at least 4 to 5 bowling action per team, per licensed team, and as well 2 or 3 batting style at least per team. So that will make the game a lot better, but pretty sure we are not going to get that in this edition. It is too late, but hopefully if they make another game, then we will be in luck. The next one is by King Amir. What is the best slider for dynamic broadcast camera in your opinion? So I started off playing with 45 zoom level, but I've now pushed it to 10. So I'm playing on 10. I find it as a good sweet spot, but if you find it a bit more than what you require, you can just go down even below to 0. The thing between 0 and 100, you will not find too much of a difference. So you can push it down to 0 if you want, because you can't really go down further. So do try it out. I find 10 as a good sweet spot as of now. Next up by Gamer Game In, a proper tutorial for everything, like a series. So you want me to make a series on bowling, batting, setting up fielding and timing. So I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure actually I will not be able to make more on bowling, because I've done everything there is on bowling. I believe nobody has covered the bowling tutorials as much as I've done on YouTube. You can check that out. The link is on top right now. For fielding, once again I have a video of all the tricks and tips that I know of fielding. You can click on top right now for that as well. Now coming to batting, yes, I can try to make a video. I already have a video or playlist full of shots and how to play those shots, and I'll try to make another video of complete comprehensive batting. Timing, I've already explained about it previously. I will not go through it again. You can check my first or second answer for timing related stuff. So next up, Harpreet Gill, tutorial on how to create county cricket tournament in Cricket 24 like it was in Cricket 22. So unfortunately they have removed the direct competition mode that we had for county in Cricket 22, and right now the only way to play is by creating a custom tournament. If you need steps on how to create a custom tournament, hit me up in the comment section of this video. I'll let you know. But once again, the issue is that since county teams are large in numbers, I'm not sure if the tournament can include all of them, but try it out and let me know. Sheikh Osama 1995, how to appeal for LBW. Now I'm not sure if you mean on keyboard or controller. So on keyboard it is tab button for appealing, and on controller it's the D-pad up. You can see on screen if you need further clarity. Next up is Nigel Jones 1969. There needs to be a manager mode where you can play all three formats over an English county season. Definitely, but why just limit it to English county season? We have a lot of licensed leagues and stuff going on now. We can have manager mode comprising of everything. We can have the manager choose between the leagues, fight. You can have fights between leagues to grab the manager to their own club. You can have a lot of stuff in this, just like in the football games. So in my opinion, they should just scrap away with the career mode, which is going absolutely nowhere. It is really dull, no fun to play as of now, with not much innovation in it. So a manager mode would really help spice things up. It can really take the game to the next level, in my opinion, if they can add a few cutscenes, a bit of a story. But even if there's no stories and stuff, but just a pure manager mode would do a lot of good to this game, and it can really help the game, in my opinion, the offline aspect of the game. So with the pro team not really coming anytime soon, I think this is something they should work on, especially from the next game. Sheikh Osama 1995, why is bowling marker changing from its original position even though I'm not using aftertouch? Yes, this is an issue. There's nothing we can do. This happened after the last to last patch. I think they will definitely fix it soon. As of now, I mean, this issue is currently for arcade control only, if I'm not wrong. For pro and standard control it is not an issue as of now. If you can just switch to it for the time being. Other than that, there is no solution, unfortunately, as of now, until they fix it with a patch. Next up, Shubham is asking settings for realistic gameplay. So Shubham, yes, I have what I believe is a perfect setting for achieving that realistic TV style look in the game. So you can just click top right corner of the screen right now on the label, and it will take you to the video that I just mentioned. Next up, Cheyenne is asking if there is auction mode in Cricket 24. So simple answer, there's no auction mode, but if you're playing the 100 or the BBL, there is a draft option. You can play the entire season beginning with the draft. So there is that, but for IPL there is no auction mode in the game. What if Cricket 24 can have a spectator camera mode by which we can enjoy real live matches? It's a good idea, unique idea. Currently we can still enjoy AI versus AI by not selecting any of the side, but it is from your screen point of view, not a spectator point of view. But I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a good idea, but I'm not sure how feasible that is for them to make. It might be a little bit difficult, I believe, because even in other sports I don't think we have the spectator camera mode. Do let me know if I'm wrong, but don't think we have that in football or NBA as well. Next up we have Yasuke. Have you ever been able to play in a World Cup in your career? I haven't, despite playing for Australia and being ranked number 1 in all formats. Cricket 24, no, I've yet to get selected for even the national team, so the World Cup is far away. But I believe you can play all these formats. I believe checking out a couple of YouTubers, they are long into the career modes in Cricket 24. One is GJ Weaver and second is Twisty3. You can check them out. But I believe yes, you can play World Cup, WTC, everything. Maybe just, I'm not sure if you can change it now, but if you're playing The new career mode changes selection difficulty to easy and try it. So I'm not sure if that's the question you asked, or if you're just unable to play the World Cup with Australia. So how many seasons are you in? All those questions need to be answered because you might not be in a World Cup year. So do let me know in the comment section of this video. Rafe is asking when Pakistan remaining licensed team will come and when PSL jerseys will be licensed. There is no definitive answers to this. Even Big Ant doesn't have any fixed answers. As far as IPL is concerned, Ross has already mentioned that the IPL teams were really friendly, for the lack of another word. They were really helpful in getting the scan done. But for PSL, first of all, they were not able to travel to Pakistan as they couldn't get the travel insurance done. And now that the PSL is over, the Pakistan team is busy with New Zealand series. I'm not sure when it will happen. They need all those players together in one place, so I see it taking a little bit more time, unfortunately. But the least they can do is add the jerseys to all those teams rather than just 2 teams. That's something that they can do from the studio itself, if I'm not wrong. Hari says slider settings should be more elaborative. Definitely, especially for those who are new to Big Ant Studios cricket games, the sliders don't really provide information on what it actually does. Just a one-liner, but not really an explanation of how things work. So yeah, they could definitely do with that. Next up, Mohit Gupta, how to practice different shots in Cricket 24. Generally, we play normal shots. So Mohit, a lot of information is lacking in your question. First of all, I do not know if you are playing with keyboard or your controller. I do not know what kind of controls you are using, arcade, pro control. So if you are using pro control on keyboard, I have a lot of videos on different types of shots you can see on top right of the screen right now. If you're not playing on controller, I also have videos on how to play shots on keyboard, which you can see right now. Still, if you're not clear with this, just hit me up on the comment section of this video and I'll provide you the links to those videos. Harpreet Gill once again, ball pitch marker still not working properly. It's still not moving left to right. Do you have any fix for that? So I already answered this query from another guy. Currently there's no fix. I'm pretty sure you're using arcade control. The issue is with arcade control right now. It happened after the last patch. Something messed up and right now this is not ideal, but if you can try to switch to standard or pro control, otherwise just wait for a patch to fix it. Hopefully they'll do it. As of now there is no fix, unfortunately. Anshuman is asking how to make AI realistic. AI uses a fixed tactics in every single match and at the ending overs AI just hits every ball to the boundary. So first of all, I'm not sure which difficulty are you playing with. For me, I find the AI a lot more impressive than Cricket 22. I'll give you an example. I was batting with my partner with 4 to 5 wickets down and the AI set proper field. But once I start losing my partner's wicket, that is once the team lost 6 to 7, 8 wickets, I was batting with tailenders and I decided to hit. But they set all the fielders in the boundary for the first 4 deliveries, and then for the last couple of deliveries they brought the fielders in to save the single and deny me the chance to keep the strike for the next over. So that is something that was not present in Cricket 22, and that AI intelligence was really impressive. It happened when I played the career mode. So as far as I'm concerned, they're not using fixed tactics all the time. Maybe you mean in T20 games or T10 games, but I need more information, Anshuman, regarding the difficulty that you're playing with so that I can help you further with this. But if you are still struggling with bowling, then you need to unfortunately improve the bowling, because the AI hitting every ball to the boundary, it's not realistic. It should not be happening. I think you need to improve a little bit with your bowling. I'm not insulting you or anything, but this is just an honest opinion. If the AI is scoring boundary every ball in the last few overs, then it is not a good sign. Next up is Usher FFX. So sometimes the fielder just stays where he is and the catch screen comes in, but he lets the... Alright, so what you mean is that the screen or the animation comes up where you have to take the catch, but then nothing happens. I know. First of all, I'm playing with automatic fielding in my general gameplay, so this doesn't affect me. But while playing the career mode, this happened a lot of time. Return catches, chances of run out, the screen comes up, but then we do not get any prompt. So this is a known issue, once again an issue that should be fixed, should have been fixed a lot earlier, but unfortunately yes, no fix for that as well. So don't worry, it's a universal problem. You are not the only one who is facing this. Roger Miller is asking, are you having problems with throws to your bowler missing by miles and going for overthrows. Batsmen still jump out of the crease and get run out. So if you're talking about AI batsmen, it happens but not a lot. I already posted a video last week about this. Sometimes it happens like once in 3 or 4 games, which is not that big a deal. Regarding overthrows, I put automatic filling in, so overthrows are not much of a concern, but it happens some time to time, which is pretty natural. But yes, batsmen jumping out of the crease, it was a huge issue a few months ago, but they fixed it a lot. It still happens, but for me it is not that often. So do let me know in the comment section, out of 10 games, how many times is it happening to you? Last comment is by Space Curiosity, one of my older subscriber. Cricket 25 animations are so bad. I can understand. I think you already mentioned it a lot of times in the past in the comment section. See, animations, I do not expect out of the world stuff from big studios, considering the fact that they are not a AAA company, big company, and they do not make as much sales as the other big sports studios. But yes, this is 2024. If not out of the world experience, they can at least do away with the silly things like players walking through each other, players walking into the stumps, players' boots going underground. Even now, if you just look at the replays, some of the bad habits that has crept into the game is that the replays are not smooth. There is a cut between the shot animation, the batsman's bat goes underground, so a lot of stuff that need correction. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with batting style number 7. I think that is a model that they have to work on. Batting style number 7 to me is the best looking batting style in the game. The animations are perfect with a lot of beautifully played shots throughout the ground. So if they can work on stuff like that, build the game up. But unfortunately, I think they will need a new engine now. It's too long that they have been using this, and they might need to come up with something new and build the game from scratch. Because if there is a Cricket 26 and if the engine remains the same, then I'm afraid the same issues that we're seeing here might creep into the next one as well. I'm not here to criticize Big Hand all the time, but I believe they need to pull up their socks now. But we have been loyal customers of Big Hand Studios since DBC 14 in fact, so hopefully Big Hand comes back with a bang, if not with updates, but definitely with the new game. But they will have to gain the trust of the customers once again back, because a lot of negativity is going around. If you look at the social media, Reddit, Twitter, Planet Cricket, a lot of negativity going on currently, but hopefully they can come back with a bang. I like the studio, I like the people behind it, since I've been interacting with this team since 2014 on Planet Cricket Forum. So I hope they come back and we get beautiful game of cricket, because well, they do not have anyone else coming in to make the game. So that's it for this. It's been a long video, I know most of you might have tuned out already. A bit boring for you guys, but I was happy to take all the questions here, and hopefully I can continue this tradition in the future as well. So until next time, it's goodbye from me. Take care. Have a nice one.